You have picked the perfect location. The weather is gorgeous, but the big question is who is going to capture the moments? Who is your photographer? Such an important question. We decided to go to Chris Bartelski of The Reason to find out.
Enjoy each other.
How do you capture the authentic moments rather than, okay, if we sit here and we look like we're about to go to prom, how do you create those authentic moments?
You know, people are happy on their wedding day, so I don't think getting there is hard if you're in the moment. It's your wedding day. If the cake's weird, the cake's gonna be weird. If your dress has a spot on it, your dress is gonna have a spot on it. But when you just take time to spend time with each other, especially during photos, that's just gonna come right across.
How important is it to invest in a good makeup artist?
A good makeup artist is invaluable because not only does it help the photographer out by taking care of, like, you know, shiny skin, if you're blotchy, maybe if you have a zit that came up because you're nervous, you know, things like that happen. But also it gives you a level of confidence. You know, if you know you look good and you feel good, like, everything comes from the eyes. So if you're happy, if you feel confident, it's just going to come through. And every once in a while, you got to make mom happy. So you got to...
The pose? Do you have to do the formal pose?
You got to, you know...
Mom needs it.
Well, sometimes mom's paying, so, you know, you got to make mom happy.
What is a formal pose?
Well, just both of you guys looking directly at the camera.
You want some blue steel?
Blue steel's
Some
good.
Zoolander.
Those are really the moments. It's like, usually when you pose somebody, it's not the pose, it's the moment before or after, or... That's kind of where the money is. And I love what you guys are doing. You guys are kind of naturally, instead of standing straight and facing me, you're kind of turning at like a little bit of a 45-degree angle. So you know, I'm this wide when I face this way, but when I kind of step this way, all of a sudden it becomes slimmer. And it actually works for guys and girls too, you know, because I could use a little help too.
You said you should always wear flats. I would think that you'd want to have fancy shoes.
It depends on, like, kind of your locations. You just need to be aware, like, if you're getting married in the city and it's all concrete and everything, then don't worry about flats because you can easily move around. It just all depends on, like, what you're expecting, what kind of photos you want.
Top things in picking the perfect wedding photographer?
I think operating fast, having somebody that can efficiently do the job is important when picking somebody, and that kind of requires talking to former clients or maybe friends that you know that have used them before. Word of mouth is stronger than anybody you can see in a magazine, you know, because then if you trust your friend and they had an awesome experience, you know, there's already a level of kind of like, hey, they know what they're doing. I think the most important thing about a wedding photographer, like across the board, is just they're going to hang out with you all day. You got to realize that. They kind of have to be your buddy. So I would highly recommend meeting with them. How
do you still get a great photographer but not spend a lot of money?
Do a little bit of research. Easiest way would be to talk to a photographer and say, hey, do you have an intern? And that person is going to be like trained by them, probably going to have similar styles, and that is the easiest way to do it. It's probably they'll know somebody that's starting out. If you're not quite sure, maybe just hire them just to do an engagement session. Don't commit the whole thing. Spend a couple $100. And, you know, worst thing that happens, if you don't love the pictures, you know not to do that. But, you know, you might be able to, you know, find a diamond in the rough there or whatnot. But, you know, hiring a professional is important. You know, wedding has its own kind of sets of challenges, but definitely test drive the car first.